Hi Soul Fam, welcome back to this channel where we do tarot card readings every single Monday. If we have not met before, my name is Frances and I'm so excited to be here with you. I am a Reiki Master Healer, a tarot card reader, a spiritual channel, and a tarot card deck creator. This is Four Noble Tarot, which comes with this drawer style box, the 78 tarot cards, and the guidebook. If you are interested in purchasing this deck and guidebook, which also comes included with my Intro to Tarot online course, I will leave the link to do so in the description box below. But let's go ahead and dive in for our tarot card reading for this week. If you want to receive these tarot card readings every Monday, if you haven't already, make sure you hit subscribe so that you can get them in real time. However, if you are watching this video after the week it was recorded, please trust that it found you at exactly the right time and the messages will divinely apply for you now. So let's connect energy, working in the light and the highest. For everyone here's greatest good and deepest understanding at this time. Keeping my energy on, cleansed and protected, and theirs as well. Welcoming in my spiritual team. And each and every person here, welcoming their team forward now. All right, what do we need to know this week? The first thing they're showing me in my mind's eye is this ballerina. A ballerina on point. She's doing pirouettes, which if you don't know what in ballet, a pirouette is like a turn where you bring your foot up to your knee, called passe, and you spin, and you're on, and the way that they're showing her is on point. So wearing point shoes, this very, very, very controlled center of gravity, the ability to understand your body so well in space that you can have your entire body on typically that wide of the tip of a point shoe and turn and enjoy it. I'm also hearing dance with life, like flow and grace and expression and kind of letting things come as they're going to come, and bringing some playfulness to the day-to-day. So some key messages from that channel. Number one, finding center. Number two, going with the flow and being in your fullest expression. And well, I guess going with the flow, being in your fullest expression, and then creating some magic in those mundane in-between moments, because why the heck not? Yeah. Okay, cool. Beautiful channel. Thank you, team. Let's pull cards. I'm going to hover my hand, choose the cards calling for us this week, this week, this week. Okay, so we have a single card, two cards, and two cards. Let's start with the single card. Ooh. Okay, whenever some of like the heavier cards in tarot come up, I always like to preface that there are no bad tarot cards, okay? However, we do have the Tower card this week. The Tower card is about overwhelm. It's about feeling like everything is kind of crumbling at the seams, almost like grasping at straws, like trying to keep it together. It also is very much about taking a very real look at yourself and your responses to situations, and making sure that you're not making more of something than it actually is, but rather just seeing the situation at hand as the situation at hand, right? We can so easily get caught up in the emotions or the energy of a situation and feel then like everything else is affected, or allow that one thing to bleed into other areas of life. The Tower card this week is asking you to stay focused on what is happening and just allow it to be there, trying your best not to let that energy kind of leach onto other areas in your life, making sure that your overwhelm or your stress on a situation is staying contained to that situation, so that you can have really effective problem solving and really effective forward movement, and even really effective energy management in that one or two or three areas. And then the other areas, you're like, you know what, I'm good, this is good, this is good, we're okay. All right, this needs attention. So being really mindful of your schedule this week. I'm not even saying you need to try to like calm the schedule down, but I am saying that I want you to be, again, very mindful of it and like managing it very well. And just because you might be going from place A, place B, place C, all these things, or even if it's like stuff on your calendar filling up, you're not like, holy crap, like this is so much. It's like, okay, we got a full calendar, but look, all of this time is available. All of these days are free. I see that this is busy, so maybe I'm going to meal prep this week. Okay, cool. So meals are taken care of. Great. It's kind of like, again, not getting swept up in the overwhelm or the stress or the busyness, and rather taking things as they come. Investing energy in the areas that need your energy, but then taking comfort in the fact that not everything is falling apart. If it feels as though everything is falling apart and you're just like, dude, I can't catch a break, like I'm just trying to keep my head above water, I want you to invest some time really looking at what is going well, so that and like what is running smoothly, so that you have an anchor somewhere. If you're like, nothing's running smoothly, this is informative for you. It's information for you to understand, like, okay, whoa, things are really misaligned. Like, I actually do need to spend some energy and some time managing things and like reconvening things so that they make sense, so that they are in more flow. So be that through delegation, organization, time management, whatever it may be. This card is really inviting you to focus on the things that are going well and spend some time problem solving and readjusting the things that are feeling overwhelming. Okay? But really, the key message here is be very mindful of your energy and not allowing stress from one area to leak into other areas of life, because more often than not, things on a holistic scale are actually really good. It's just like this one thing feels like a lot, or these two things feel like a lot, so then it feels like everything's falling apart, but actually it's not. Okay, so not getting swept up this week, but also taking comfort in the fact that if things feel really hectic and really busy, it's just the energy. You're doing everything right. We might want to take a second look at things to make sure that they're flowing as best they can, but you're going to be okay. And that energy management is going to help. Okay? Cool. Okay, next two cards. Oh gosh, big cards this week. Wow, and all major cards. So somehow this week is transformative, important. If you set intentions around last week's new moon, you might start to see some of them coming to fruition this week. I just got a really big intuitive yes hit. So it's kind of like everything that you set intention for last week, things are going to start moving this week and like really changing your life. So the first card we have here is death. The death card is the death and the rebirth, right? What is it that we are being born into? And your guidance with this actually goes along with that ballerina dancer imagery. We want to be reborn into the playfulness, the adventurer, the risk taker, the fool. Yeah. These two cards are coming together really beautifully to remind you not to take life so seriously, right? All of this overwhelm that's going on here with this Tower card, is it actually worth being that stressed about it? Or can we just kind of be like, all right, well, it is what it is, moving on, right? We're shifting energy, changing it so it's easier. Well, I can't do anything about it, so I'm just gonna dance with it, just dance with life, right? But this death card is really inviting you to dive deeper into that previous piece of guidance of like, what needs to die, what needs to change, what needs to transform and be reborn into something else, so that we can have more freedom energy of the Fool, more space to move, less rigidity, less tightness, less rules, less structure, right? So while time management, everything they mentioned before is important, the reason that we implement these rules is so that we can actually feel more free. But sometimes over management, micromanagement, makes everything harder. Because if we don't stick to the plan, then it feels like everything is falling apart. So check in with yourself. Are you someone right now who needs a little bit more structure so you can have more freedom and play? Or are you someone who is getting so stressed out by that structure because it's impossible to stick to at this stage in life, that you actually need to let that structure die so that you can just take it minute by minute in your day, right? But again, second message or first message, I don't know, a separate message from that is that more holistically in life right now, this is an invitation for endings. This is an invitation for things to change. Maybe it's not endings for you. Maybe it's changes for you. So rather new beginnings, right? This rebirth energy. What once was, who I once was, even if things were working fine, maybe you've outgrown them, right? You're no longer the caterpillar anymore, and you're no longer in the cocoon anymore. You are the butterfly now. perception shifts, way of living shifts, taking chances, right? Flying. When before you just were someone who would crawl, now you fly, you leap. You leap into the unknown. You leap into the unknown. The Fool says, hey, jump. We got you. If you were waiting for a yes, this is your yes. Let me say that again. If you were waiting for a yes to do something, to proceed, to move forward, this is your yes. It's going to feel scary. It's going to require courage. You are leaping into the unknown, but you are being reborn into a new version of you that's been ruminating and developing for a really long time. You don't know fully who that is yet. You are praying that it will be successful or good, whatever that word is for you. But it's time now. You're not going to have all the answers. The path is not going to be clear. It is going to feel scary, but you're being encouraged to lean into that fully now and kind of just charge it and be a little bit foolish so that you can really optimize this transformative energy that is being presented to you. And that might be part of the overwhelm you're feeling in the tower of like, well, I don't know, should I, shouldn't I, this? No, I don't know, I'm not sure. I don't know, how's this going to work? I don't know. Just say yes, safely, of course. I don't know exactly what's going on in your life. So remember, this is not advice. I'm just reading energy and sharing information. But that is what's coming through with these cards. Okay? Exciting. Then we have these two cards, these last two here. Okay, Knight of Wands and Queen of Swords. Wow. So in this new change, in this new energy, you are being called to take it step by step. So once you've made the decision or taken action, then it's very intentional step by step, right? Then it's like, okay, well, I decided yes on this thing. So now what's step one? Okay, I take step one. Okay, after step one, now what's step two? Okay, take step two. Really not feeling rushed to get to the end of the process or get to the results of the decision, but knowing, okay, I've made the decision, the change has happened. Now I can be patient in that, because in my progression forward is where I step into my sovereignty, where I step into my power, where I step into my Queen of Swords energy. This card is very much about living in connection, living in such powerful intuitive connection that you don't have to overthink. You don't get caught up in this overwhelm because you are so grounded and connected to your intuition, connected to your team, connected to the world around you that you don't have to overthink. Your brain isn't getting stressed out or distracted by all the things. You are just like, oh, this is right for me. Okay, I move. Okay, this is not right for me. Okay, I shift. I don't move. And in going slowly and living life very intentionally and very much in the present moment, simply just what is in front of me right now, right? Not getting caught up in the overwhelm of the tower. Coming into Knight of Wands energy. What is in front of me right now? What do I need to do right now, if anything? Because sometimes the best thing to do is nothing. Tapping into Queen of Swords energy, tapping into trust in yourself, trust in the intuition, trust in your spiritual team, trust in your connection. Okay, I feel this is right. It might not always make sense up here, but I feel this is right, and now I move. So not paralyzing yourself in your forward movement. You don't have to be running. You can be walking. This can be very slow. It should be intentional, but it should also feel very intuitively aligned. And really, all of these cards are coming together right now to say that this is who you are becoming. Someone who can trust your gut, your intuition, without getting tripped up over the mess that can often come in the brain when we get too caught up in our day-to-day life. You are transforming and evolving and being reborn into someone who acts and responds and lives in alignment with your highest self. So your final piece of homework this week is, who is your highest self? Without the ego space, without the brain, without limitation, who are you? Because you are being called to live in alignment with that person starting now. And how you're going to do that this week? Quieting the overwhelm, focusing the task at hand, trusting in the evolution and betting on yourself, and taking things step by step, not allowing that brain space to cloud your knowing that's coming in through the intuitive connection. Okay, and it might take some time to get used to listening to that intuition. It's new. So spend some time alone or in nature or in meditation or in the shower, just being with yourself. I know that sounds so strange and like, but we don't often do that. Think about how often we're alone, but then we pull out our phone or we turn on the TV or we listen to a podcast. We need that time in silence to really connect with self. So if there's nothing else you're going to do this week and you just want one action step, do that. Because that's going to be a really beautiful foundation for all of this to then naturally unfold for you. Okay? Beautiful. Lovely, everyone. Please let me know if you have questions here, or feel free to share in the comments how this resonated with you. I always love reading those. If you feel called to donate to the Love Jar, my PayPal donation link will be in the description box below. This helps me to show up with energy for you every week. So thank you so much for your generosity and just your sharing of love there. I am so grateful. I always see your name and send you the biggest virtual hug. So thank you. If you haven't already, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that thumbs up. Liking this video really helps me out. So thank you so much. And if you would like to share with a friend who you feel would receive something from these messages, I would love to connect with them here. So please feel free to hit share and send this link along. In the meantime, I hope you have an amazing week, remembering your power, your strength, your evolution into this highest self version of you that already exists, but that you get to choose to be. I am so honored to be connected with you, and I can't wait to see you again next Monday.